something happened in music that nobody expected. A Puerto Rican kid, singing entirely in Spanish, topped the charts in the United States. Not for a week, not for a month, for the entire summer. And right at the center of that takeover was one song. A track about a man answering a very uncomfortable question from his aunt. This is the story behind Tití Me Preguntó. Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio was born on March 10, 1994, in Bayamón, Puerto Rico, and raised in Vega Baja, a small town about 30 miles west of San Juan. His father was a truck driver. His mother taught English. From the time he was 5 years old, Benito was singing. Not in stadiums, not on stages, in the choir of his Catholic church. He grew up surrounded by sound. His father's salsa collection, his mother's merengue, reggaeton blasting from neighborhood cars, and his grandfather's boleros echoing through the house. During the day, he packed groceries at a local supermarket. At night, he made music. In 2016, he started uploading tracks to SoundCloud under a nickname taken from a childhood photo, a picture of a little boy in a bunny costume, wearing a grumpy expression on his face. He called himself Bad Bunny. Those uploads caught the attention of Noah Assad, founder of Rima's Entertainment. Within months, the grocery store bagger had a record deal. Within 2 years, he had a #1 song in the United States. But what came next was something the music industry still hasn't fully processed. In May 2022, Bad Bunny released his 5th studio album, Verano Sin Ti, A Summer Without You. He had spent years recording it across Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. The goal wasn't to break into the American market. It was to make something that felt like his home. The album hit #1 on the Billboard 200 in its first week, dethroning Future and setting the record for highest week 1 sales of the year. It was 23 tracks long. It was entirely in Spanish, and it didn't ask anyone's permission. Track 4 was called Tití Me Preguntó, which translates, simply, as my aunt asked me. The premise is almost comedic, a man being questioned by his aunt about how many girlfriends he has, and deciding to answer honestly. Very honestly. But the production told a deeper story. Producer MAG built the track around a sample from Dominican musician Antony Santos, a romantic bachata icon from the 1990s. Bad Bunny layered that nostalgic sound with Dominican Dembow rhythms and Latin trap elements, creating something that felt simultaneously classic and completely new. The music video, directed by Stills, was a love letter to New York City. Shot across bodegas, barbershops, and block corners, it captured the energy of Latin culture in America, until Bad Bunny is kidnapped and whisked away to a rural estate where a woman descends from the clouds in a wedding gown. Strange, funny, and totally unforgettable. At the 2022 MTV Video Music Awards, held at Yankee Stadium, Bad Bunny performed the song and won Artist of the Year. Accepting the award in Spanish, he said, "I always knew I could become a huge artist without changing my culture, my slang, or my language. I am Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, from Puerto Rico to the world." Rolling Stone named Tití Me Preguntó the #1 song of 2022. Pitchfork placed it at #9 on its own year-end list, praising what it called the track's seductive mischief and lyrical wit. It crossed 1.4 billion views on YouTube alone. Verano Sin Ti became the first album ever to receive nominations for Album of the Year at both the Grammy Awards and the Latin Grammys. It was a milestone that seemed impossible just 5 years earlier, a fully Spanish-language project competing at the highest level of American music. What Bad Bunny proved in that summer wasn't just that Latin music could chart in the U.S. He proved something bigger, that music doesn't need translation to be felt, that a song about a man and his aunt, rooted in Puerto Rican and Dominican culture, could move millions of people who had never set foot in the Caribbean. He didn't cross over. He didn't adapt. He made the world come to him. Tití Me Preguntó is more than a hit song. It's proof that authenticity travels further than any trend. That a kid from Vega Baja who packed groceries at night and wrote music in the morning could become the most searched artist on YouTube without ever changing who he was. Benito Martinez Ocasio answered his aunt's question, and the whole world listened. And if you want the story behind the next great song, subscribe. Because every hit has a secret.